then a crucial weekly candle close on Bitcoin is hours away. A positive day here on Bitcoin. Could we see 75,000 US dollars this week? This is a critical week. CPI inflation, PPI inflation. I'm going to break down exactly what I'm seeing in the charts, how I'm playing this market right now. There is a lot of FOMO. There is a lot of greed. So hopefully this video helps you steer through. You guys know I'm not one of these moon boys. All the moon boys are waking back up again. I'm somebody that was here throughout every single day of the bull market and the bear market, right? I stayed through all the way down to 15,500, helping try to guide you guys, sharing my research, sharing my analysis. So be very, very careful who you're watching right now. There'll be a lot of entertainers, non-traders, non-investors coming out of the woodworks into the crypto space. Be very, very careful who you follow. Follow people who have navigated, who've got the experience, who've got the badges, who've got the t-shirts. Hopefully you find this video useful. If you do, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. As always, check out our Telegram community where I'm actively trading, where I actually share every single one of my altcoin trades. Not many other people can do that. They do not have the courage to do that because they know they're full of caps. So check out my Telegram community. You'll see all my trades publicly visible there. Every stop loss I hit, every take profit I hit, every single altcoin I trade, documented with the exact percentage returns I was able to achieve, and I show you how as well. So, nice daily candle here for Bitcoin. Nice and positive, right? Looking here, hit a high today of 70,000 exactly. And we know this 70,000 figure is going to be this psychological figure. It's going to be this figure that once we break through, and we're going to explain what I mean by breakthrough. Once we get that breakthrough, we really push through there, we could see a lot of FOMO coming into this market. We could quickly and easily see Bitcoin jump up with crazy volatility this week, up towards 73 to 75,000. Expect a lot of FOMO. But equally, what comes with FOMO? What's the yin and yang of FOMO? It's fear. Don't be surprised to see crazy liquidations. Don't be surprised to see crazy flush outs of leverage. And this is what you now need to be prepared for, right? This market is now firmly in a bull market, right? I've made that very, very clear. I've been saying to you guys, look, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to tell you when I can start feeding that bull market. It's now. Remember in the bear market when I used to say, guys, nobody cares right now about crypto. This is the time I really want to buy. Nobody's asking about crypto. My barber's not talking about it. My Uber driver's not talking about it. Now it's different. Every single person and their grandma is asking, is now a time to get into crypto? Is now the time to get into crypto? Is now the time? What do I need to do? Do I need to buy Bitcoin? Which one do I? They all want in, which is a good thing, right? More crypto adoption is fine. But there's something called fear and greed index. We need to be very, very attuned into this because the reality is we're sitting here in extreme greed. Extreme greed. Now, what happens when there's extreme greed, particularly in the crypto space? That greed is not manifested by just spot trades. That greed is manifested by people who are desperate to achieve 1,000 X's today. They're not trying to do what we do in our Telegram community, which is 100% here, which is phenomenal, by the way. 100% here, 200% there, 3. No. They want 1,000, 10,000 X. They want to jump into a bonk or a Shiba or something with hat and not hat and all these other meme coins, right? We see meme coins go berserk. And so what comes with that? Comes leverage, comes greed. And with leverage and greed, big whales take advantage of it. When many of you small guys are sitting there putting your 10x, 15x, 200, 100x trades, the big guys lick their lips there. They go on over. They can see all the liquidations lining up there and they look at it like this and they go, oh, look at that. Oops. Look at that, right? Look at all those liquidations. And you can see a firm set of Bitcoin liquidations at 70.5K. You can also see to the downside a bunch of liquidations at 68.5. And guess what we know about market makers? They can take liquidations on both sides. They can wick the price down, take some at 68.5, and equally take it at 70.5. Or they can do it the other way. They can wick up to 70.5 since we're so close, and then a big fall down to 68.5 because they want all the liquidity. They're very, very greedy. So be very, very careful how you navigate this market right now. You want to exercise with caution. This is not a bear market. This is a greedy, greedy bull market. And what happens with the greedy bull market? You need to start looking for, okay, when is that correction going to come into play? So let's now jump back into the charts. And we've got some critical macro catalysts coming up this week, which I'm going to cover off as well. So we've got a nice daily candle here. Now, of course, you're going to want this daily candle to finish above 70,000. A daily close will be phenomenal above 70,000 today. But more importantly, that would then provide you a weekly candle close above the all-time highs and above the 70,000 key psychological level, which would be a major, major coup. I mean, if you take a look at the chart here, you would officially have not just a wick, but you'll have a daily candle close. A weekly candle close above the previous all-time high. Remember, the previous all-time high was at 69,000. To get a weekly candle close above that, which is where we're at currently, and even above 70,000, is a major, major coup for Bitcoin. And we're going to get that in the next 7 hours this candle closes. So in the next 7 hours, we could be closing a very, very important weekly candle. Now, when that happens, something really important starts to come into play, right? What happens when you break a key level, right? So if this is your key level all the way there, what happens when you break that level? You want to break through it, you may want to retest, and then you need to start building your structure to go into price discovery. And this is what's crazy about this next leg on Bitcoin. There is no historical, if you go back in time now to when Bitcoin was created in 2008, there's no historical structure in the charts to suggest, is there resistance? Is there support? No. You can use Fibonacci extensions, which I will do for you guys, and I'll show you some of the Fibonacci targets. Maybe in tomorrow's video we can do that. Comment below if you want to see the Fibonacci targets. But right now, there's no like, oh, look, we're going to get back to all-time highs at 69,000. No, there's no historical price target. And that acts both as a pro and a con. It means, where do we create support, right? Bitcoin can just have crazy candles now, and there's very, very little support. Now, historically, we've seen that before, right? We have seen that when Bitcoin is in the mood, let's get rid of this. Let's put this here. Let's go back all the way here to the previous run, which then hit all the way up to 64,000 up there, right? Sorry, up to this wick here, this high here. Yeah, 64,000. So when this wick hit all the way up to 64,000, look at these weekly candles. Bitcoin was just posting gains after gains after gains. And remember, this was all price discovery. Once it broke through the previous peak, right? Remember, Bitcoin peaked here at about that 20K level, right? If you go back all the way here to December of 2017, Bitcoin created its top. It created its high around 20K. Then it fell all the way down here, got punished by 85% down to 3K. Then it started working its way back up here again to 11,000, fell again, and then it went crazy. But when it went crazy, and it broke past 20K, what did we see? We started seeing that Bitcoin went into price discovery. And price discovery means nobody knows what can happen from here. Right? It means Bitcoin can just go from strength to strength as the market places a whole new value on Bitcoin. And that is fundamentally what we could see happen here at this 70,000 level. And all of that to say that this is the time I want to be in the market. It would be hugely irrational. If you've not watched my video from yesterday, go watch it, right? Am I selling this in this market? No. Would I trim? I'm happy to trim, but I am by no means getting out of this market right now, particularly not on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is heading to price discovery, and I want to be in this market. You don't get these moments often, just like I described here, when Bitcoin last broke through its high of 20,000. In that cycle, it hit 20,000. When it then broke that 20,000 level here, can you see this resistance here? It went berserk all the way up to 64. I mean, you are thinking the all-time high was 20? It did 3 times that. To put that into perspective, if we did the same now, that would be a $210,000 Bitcoin move. Right? We'll go from where we're at now to $210,000 if we did the same 3x of the previous all-time high. And so there is no chance I'm getting out of this market here. I will be cautious. I won't be chasing green candles. I understand there's FOMO in this market. I can see meme coins pumping. I can see everybody, their nan and their granddad trying to enter Bitcoin. But at the same time, I'm going to use what I know. I'm going to use my knowledge to buy on pullbacks, to be strategic, to make sure none of the altcoins in my portfolio are overextended, to make sure my investment portfolio is locked and loaded. I want to be in this market. I cannot make that clearer. At the same time, I'm trading the market. There's no way I'm not going to take advantage of the volatility we're going to get, right? We're going to get crazy volatility. With more excitement in the market comes volatility. And volatility is great for short-term trading. And this is why the strategy is so important. For long-term investing, I love long-term investing. But at the same time, to create a cash cow, which I can use the profits of to put in my long-term bags, I need to actively trade the market as well. When there's crazy volatility on Bitcoin with all these liquidations like I just shared with you guys, that creates crazy up movements and crazy down movements. I want to be trading those day to day with altcoins that can move 10, 20, 30% spot. I don't use leverage. I want to use that to make profits to then funnel into my long-term portfolio. So I'm going to be actively trading. And this week is going to be a big week for trading as well, because if you take a look at what we've got here on the calendar, we've got some major catalysts. Now we're going to kick off first with the CPI data. Okay, so on Tuesday, we get CPI data. We also, later on in the week, get the PPI inflation as well. Very important piece of macroeconomic data coming out this week. That is going to have an effect. Remember, markets are still excited this year. On the one side, we know crypto's excited. We know the halving's coming up. We know the ETF is going from strength to strength. The money is flowing into crypto and the retail investors are all back. But even from a macroeconomic perspective, remember traditional finance, which we used to watch so closely, they could be very close to starting to get excited as well. If inflation starts cooling off, if we start seeing that, okay, maybe not by March the 20th, which is the next FOMC meeting, but maybe by May, can we get a rate cut? I mean, at least people are saying by June we should be getting a rate cut. That is now going to start saying, okay, the back end of 2024 could really be explosive, right? You could be getting rate cuts. We will be getting the Bitcoin halving. More of this FOMO coming into this crypto bull market. Exciting times coming up here for crypto. If you navigated through the bear market, shout out to you. If you're new in this market, you've got a lot to learn, but you can do it quickly. Learn from the right people. Make sure you're watching people who've been here. Don't just watch these charlatans who come and entertain you with some jokes and some entertainment and you think they suddenly know about crypto. No, find people with a good track record, learn yourself, build your own knowledge and your research. I mean, you can take our TA course, tjascrypto.com/TA. Learn yourself TA. Right? Download it, just learn it. You don't have time to mess around now. You don't have time for trial and error. You're either making money in this market or you're not. This is the bull market people talk about. I mean, now, if you look at Bitcoin at all-time highs, every single person who has ever purchased Bitcoin should now be in the green, right? Unless you panic sold, unless you didn't follow the instructions. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you appreciate type of updates, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.